The following is a presentation of the Black Hollywood Live Network, the first online broadcast network dedicated to African American entertainment. Hollywood Redefined. From Los Angeles, California, streaming live thanks to Akamai Technologies, this is Black Hollywood Live, Fashion 411, featuring the week's roundup of fashion news. Black Hollywood Live, Hollywood Redefined.
You're listening to Black Hollywood Live.
And now, the host of Black Hollywood Live, Fashion 411.
You don't even need the music. No sound.
We have our own fashion.
Very fashion. We feel very fashiony today.
And I don't know what's going on. It's so hot in the studio.
What's up, everybody out there? It is actually Thursday, and you are here at Black Hollywood Live's Fashion 411.
Feels like a Friday.
It feels like a Friday.
Right?
We're going to believe it's Friday and not do anything tomorrow. Just kidding. We still have to work tomorrow. But anyway, I'm your host, Courtney Stewart for Fashion 411, and I'm joined in the studio today with my lovely co-host, Val Kahl.
Salut. Hi, everyone.
Our beautiful Frenchie looking very blonde today.
Yes, I'm feeling very pale. That's what I was saying. I felt so white, pale, transparent. I just did a little touch up for the roots. And suddenly I'm like transparent and disappearing.
You disappeared, but the roots
Maybe
look
because
great.
you're standing next to me all tan.
It's because I'm standing next to you all tan, and I've got long hair, and you have long eyelashes.
Yes.
We've been growing hair for the show this week.
I put everything in my eyelashes. At least something.
All your
3D.
color is in your eyelashes.
Yes.
Because your eyelashes are nice and dark and sultry. So, all right. Well, we're going to start off our fashion information of the week. There was lots going on. We had all kinds of things happening. Victoria's Secret fashion show. There's some scandalous things going on with some boutique owners and whatnot. So we're going to jump right on into it. Val, and what do you have
guys?
in the
Chérie, I'm taking you to South Africa this week. I don't know if you guys heard it.
Can we go?
Yeah, I don't know if you want to go actually with what's going on.
Oh no.
The H&M tweet controversy. I mean, it's always with the big groups, guys. There is always at least once every 6 months, a big fashion chains or something. It's very also it's very easy to make a statement with a couple mistakes. The border is always very fine whenever you try to say something. So anyway, they were launching in the country, and customers had some concern because their new campaigns were lacking diversity. No single black, brown models in the campaign. So H&M's marketing has a major impact. That's what they say. Listen, guys, to what H&M says. H&M marketing has a major impact, and it is essential for us to convey a positive image. We want our marketing to show our fashion in an inspiring way, to convey a positive feeling. That's what they say, because people were criticizing the fact that...
How dare they?
No, but seriously, it's a little, the border is,
So they're basically trying to say, we're just trying to have a positive, great campaign.
Without any black people.
Except the campaign had no black people, and that's what people were complaining about. That's where people were complaining. So you can't respond by saying we were trying to have a positive campaign.
It is awful. So I think, I always wonder who is behind the communication, sometimes they do so many...
there's multiple people. That's a whole department. The marketing department for H&M is huge.
Yes.
And it went through that many people. I'm sure they don't have an intern just doing their tweets.
Completely. And it's South Africa. Wherever it is in the world. I'm just saying that South Africa is already a sensitive, the past is not very far.
It's not very far in the past.
It's not very far. So how can you not be super sensitive and just mixing the whole campaign? We don't necessarily ask everyone to be brown in one single campaign.
Yeah.
But nowadays, no mixity.
You gotta have at least one token. Come on. That. By now, we gotta get at least
put a yellow, put a brown, put a blonde, put a white transparent like me.
It's rude. And then don't tweet. Wow, H&M.
Yes.
It's disappointing.
So anyways, H&M regrets the response to a social media message that was recently aired. So that's what they say. Mm-hmm. And in no way does H&M state the positivity is linked to an ethnic group. That's what also they said. H&M is proudly a global brand that embraces all people who are inspired by fashion, regardless of ethnic background, gender, or culture. Thank you.
You do.
We wish to apologize if our message has caused offense in any ways, as this was not the intention. We believe them, but come on,
but it was just unnecessarily stupid, unnecessary. Especially because we just talked last week about H&M and their campaign with the beautiful young lady with the hijab and how they're embracing another level of culture in that respect.
So that's why we can't be completely mad at them because they're still progressive in some ways.
See, at the same time, I feel like that's all the more reason why we can be that mad at it, because they are fully aware of how important and how sensitive these issues are, and to be that careless is unacceptable.
Completely, but as you say, it's, you know, like it's still like humans behind it, and it's still a huge group. So I think mistakes happen everywhere.
Got in the way, I guess.
I completely am.
I guess I'll give you a
shocked.
pass on this one.
Talking about pass, guys, we will talk about a whole
we're talking about that
after
later.
that.
Yes.
One of my favorite model, and I think she's one of the most amazing girl in the world, like really, because she looks so cute. She looks like a cartoon. Like, who is it? Maria Borges.
Yes.
I love her. So what happened, guys? It's a story about hair, as if we don't talk enough about hair.
We always talk about hair.
By the way, Courtney has amazing. What is it, Sherry? Because you have
we're
long
doing
hair.
a wig today because we had to.
Gosh, the wig looks so good.
And I really wanted to wear a hat because hats are so in this season, and I'm so jealous because we live in Southern California, and I have a really large head, so it's really hard to find a hat that fits.
She looks like a doll. You want to put her on a little shelf and play with her. No, it's true, Sherry. Can we press some buttons?
My fro wasn't working today, so I was like, I want to wear a hat, and I decided that I had actually just watched the Missy Elliott video that dropped today. For those of you guys that didn't see it, check it out.
Haven't watched
I'm sure
it.
they talk about it on the beat, but like it was sort of my like throwback with Missy Elliott, and I was kind of feeling a little bit like the old school days. So I put on a wool Kangol.
I'm jealous of the wigs. It looks so. Oh, it's a Kangol?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, they do amazing collection. I remember when we were in junior high.
Yeah,
Kangol
back in the way back in the day.
Rapper.
But they like released a bunch of them, and that's why I was like
very cute. She has like a light pink wool or cashmere style. Super cute, and it matches her amazing new extensions wig.
Yes.
Anyways, guys, so talking about hair, Moorea Boreas, what happened? Well, you guys know that it's the third time that she did the Victoria's Secret show.
She did.
Runway.
They taped it on Tuesday, right?
Exactly. But it was the first time she wore her natural curls, mini curls.
Her little fro.
Yes, exactly. During the lingerie show. So what happened is that, she asked, her agent, she said, I wanted to walk in my Victoria's Secret show in my natural hair, but she was very nervous, can I do that? Is it, too progressive? Does it match the artistic vibe that Victoria's Secret wants to give?
Basically, are they going to keep me in the show if I take out my extensions?
Exactly. Well, you never know. I mean, it's every time you want to do something a little bit different than, it's supposed to be, you never know. Whether you're black, white, yellow, anything, every new thing is always like, touchy. So she said, I was nervous, but I had to do it. And when they said yes, I didn't expect it, but I was so happy. So her excitement was caught on social media, and she tweeted, are you ready for the 2015 Victoria's Secret Fashion Show? I'll be rocking my Afro hair this year for the show. And she said, her biggest advice for women, she said, you have to be strong. If you say you're beautiful without hair and makeup, then they will believe you. It's about being confident and always being yourself. Well, of course, but it doesn't work always this time.
It does work. We're making it work today. We didn't feel great before we went on there, but we told ourselves we are awesome and we are beautiful and we are fashion today, so we're going to do it anyway.
Yes, you look great. You look
talk
better.
yourself into it.
You
talk yourself into it.
Oh my gosh, you're so skinny. You're so anorexic. Wow, Courtney. Oh my gosh, you shrunk.
But go Maria, because that's a big deal. That is
it's
really
true.
Big, and she looks.
But
look at her face.
behind it, the little thing. It's not. There is always some little. I'm gonna tell you, the whole show they wanted to go a little bit on the more natural way, because all the other models, whether they're blonde, brunette, brown, or whatever, they had like way looser and sexy waves than normally. Remember, like they all have like their very tight curls, very what do you call it? Very old school Hollywood a little bit with all the curls.
Hollywood.
Yeah, exactly. So it's also more natural, less makeup, less lipsticks that they wanted to give during this show.
I appreciate that, but I still have to appreciate the fact that obviously an afro has still always been in a separate category, even than your old Hollywood hair. And the idea that it is embraced as something that is sexy, and she walked the runway in her looks, her underwear basically, and that was
wings.
And her wings, and received as sexy is definitely an achievement. And go Victoria's Secret for sticking with that. So yeah.
She's so cute, guys. You have to check it
out. I know.
She's
Look at her
so
smile,
cute.
her little cheeks. She's just adorable.
She is Ricardo Tisci, like one of their favorites.
Yeah,
she calls him
that's
like
her.
Godfather.
Of course.
So,
And
yes, she's only
so
22,
jelly.
23. She is
with that
stunning.
baby soft skin.
Don't you think
Moving
she looks a little
on.
bit like Lumpita?
Yeah, she does look like
Right?
Lupita a little bit. Yeah.
They look like Sista.
I mean, it's hard. You're not really supposed to say that because it's like really Val. It's because she's got like short hair and she's black skin. Like, she
No,
looks like Lupita.
it's the big
But no,
eyes
it's
and the
'cause they look like
cartoon
they both look
cheek,
like dolls. They look like
the very
dolls.
high cheeks.
cheekbones,
Yes,
yeah.
the cheekbones make everything, and they have like amazing
Perfectly
smile.
glowing skin and wonderful smiles. Smile is beautiful.
Yeah, I just feel like they look like 12 years old, but in the good way, like like little girls,
Well, she had a good week.
dolls.
She had a good week. Got to wear natural hair, but somebody else was not having a very good week, Val.
Yeah, well, tell me about it.
Well-
It's Garb. Well, although I love their boutique online.
Garb Boutique.
Garb Boutique.
Garb Boutique,
A lot
if
of
you
things
guys-
are sold out. If you guys
Yeah,
go online,
everything is sold out all the time. Did you get a chance to check out the shoe boutique? 'Cause
Yes,
they have the Garb
that's the shoe boutique
They
that I'm
have
talking about.
adorable little shoes, like especially for fall. They've got some great colored shoes. For those of you guys that don't know, Garb Boutique is in Atlanta. They are available online, and it is run by Lil Wayne's ex-wife / baby mama, Toya Wright. Well, Miss Boutique owner Toya Wright was all up in the gossip pages this week because she's getting a divorce, and she appeared on a Bravo reality show to talk about it, called Untying the Knot, where the lady comes in and she like helps them figure out how to like separate
therapist.
assets and like how to do the best divorce possible.
how to publicize
Why
even
do-
more.
Like, let's be on TV
your
again.
failure.
Anyway, so basically, but the drama came because she admitted on camera that she was giving her husband, Memphis, who is a producer, she was giving her husband 8 hall passes a year.
For how many years? Do we know that?
They've
For
only
several
been
years?
together for a few years. I
Okay.
mean, I think they maybe have been married like 2 or 3 years, and they were together maybe a couple years before that.
So it's like almost like 10 times that
Girl,
he cheated
like
on her.
a whole lot. Let's just say 8 hall passes means he can do whatever he wants, and she won't ask any questions.
This is
8 days out of the year.
okay.
People were shocked and disgusted, and like, would you give your man 8 hall passes a year?
I think, you know what? I mean, to me, if she's willing to do that, I just feel like she has her own business also on the side.
he would not allow, he specifically said that she did not have the same rights as him. So if she does have her own business
right,
on the
man?
exactly.
You women don't have the same right.
If she has her business on the side and he finds out, he's going to be upset about it. But she's fine with
What do you
him
think is
doing
going to
his
work
work.
in the paper?
That's a mess.
Like
That's a
files.
mess.
She didn't have the right, but he had. Like
He had
it's
the
just a
full
mess.
right.
And who also? I mean, it's so many questions. Like, do you know the health issues? Do they test each other? Like, you know,
Exactly.
like does
Are
she
you
know
guys-
anything? It's like, is it orgy every
Well,
day, every
all
night?
she
You don't
found
know.
out was there was a whole bunch of naked ladies on his camera. That was $15,000 that she bought
Well, I'm
him.
sure something's gonna come up after her
And
sex
so now
tape.
they're ready to get a divorce, obviously, because well, of course she's not blaming it on the 8 hall passes, but I'm like, how really? I wonder if maybe it was all a joke, and really she just knew she was getting a divorce, and this was a way to like make it scandalous
little
and get
bit
some more
less.
press for her boutiques and all of the
And
things.
save
that
her
she's
pride.
doing.
I mean, save what is left of her pride or
She
something.
didn't care about her pride.
Yeah, she doesn't care about her pride. That's
doesn't
for
care about
sure
her
when she
pride.
does that.
Oh, well.
Yeah, it's
Gross.
it's a very
It's gross.
you know, it's called open marriage. Otherwise, just like
So why get married?
Yeah,
I
it's
never
just an
understand
open
that.
marriage, open
I mean, unless you
relationship.
say like I guess people get married for economic reasons. Whatever. This is not the relationship show. This is the fashion show. So we're gonna talk about
If
some more
it-
fashion.
Yeah.
Go
What do
shop
we
at
have?
Garb Boutique, even though you know
Yes.
she's they're doing whatever. But shop at Garb Boutique. It's actually pretty cool. All
when
right.
they're not out of stock.
And they're not when they're not out of stock. And if you can
For
go to
booties.
Smyrna in Georgia, it's in Smyrna, Georgia. Check it out.
Cool.
All right. So speaking of clothing and not being
Yes.
sold out, what do you have for outfit of the week?
Oh my gosh, we got here it is, guys.
Oh,
Look at
that's
it.
not it.
No, but it's coming up.
It's Olivia Palermo.
Yes, the clad in plaid. That is a very big
We will have to
one.
put it up on our Instagram just in case, because
That's-
we still have the wrong picture up. But it's okay.
But it looks a little bit
It's
almost
very similar. It's jumping off of the
so
plaid
guys,
idea.
exactly, guys, you need to have the clad in plaid. It's a very, very cool and
It's in.
trendy.
We talked
It's
about it last
completely-
week. Plaid
it's
is very in this
everywhere.
season.
And here is a little frame. All the prices, all the brands you can have, like you can find it. You can start with 9 West, or even you can start with Target at $9.99.
Yes.
This is a very, very cool one coming up in 2 seconds. So
There
just
she
find it
is.
online. Yes, you have the all right. You have the American Eagle for $39. You can also check the Tacoon at Kohl's for $120.
Yeah, so it's Olivia Palermo. She had actually turned a Tacoon coat. It was like a vest coat, and she made it into basically a dress by putting a plaid shirt underneath it.
That's pretty cool.
And I was like, you are just the most impressive little lady ever. But that Tacoon coat, that line was pretty inexpensive at Kohl's.
And that's
the
actually
coat was
super
only
sexy.
$120.
Just to transform a coat into
Right?
like, you know, you just
Yes,
like a little cover with nothing under. I mean, just a little lingerie, Victoria's Secret lingerie.
Well, Val would go naked under her Tacoon
it's
coat,
cold. I would
but
put some
Olivia
lingerie.
put a plaid shirt under it.
All right, guys. Well, lingerie or black shirt, it works. We got the 9 West also for $79. That is very cool. So you got the Prada. Prada, it's only if you can order it for Christmas. If you have like a good Samaritan that will offer it to you, or maybe you buy it for yourself, it's even better. $3,199 at Prada.
Because,
and it is a very
if you're going to get your stuff at Kohl's, why not buy yourself a nice satchel from Prada?
Of course, why resist? Absolutely no reasons. And I still didn't get mine. I need to check. I need to go check. Did you get yours?
Check? I did not, no.
I think I have my little idea, my little secret boutique that I'll talk to you guys next week about it. Yes.
All right. Well, speaking of gifts, we can also jump to Beauty Beat. We're like covering lots of perfumes and colognes with the holiday season coming up. You have a new one for us this week. What is it?
You know what I love? Especially, I mean, I didn't know the cologne, like the fragrance of the cologne, but I use it for interior, like for the home and for everything is Jo Malone.
Oh.
I love that. I love them for the shower, for the gel bath, for everything. And they have an amazing cologne. It's called Mimosa and Cardamom Cologne. So it's just very original, you know, compared to all the perfume we already know. They have like a lot of different fragrances to choose from. It goes from 65 to 125, and it is very original. Do you smell it?
I love the mimosa and cardamom fragrance. It is delightful. It makes me want, and like you said, like they have great home products. It was so good that I wanted to wear it. I wanted my candles. I wanted the body cream, and I never use the creams. Like I want all of it in the thing. It's a really
their fragrances
soft, but subtle, but still like enough that you feel like you're getting
something, and not like a little spray that disappears. Yeah, absolutely.
It was delightful. So yeah,
Jo Malone rocks, guys. So go check it out. That's for sure.
For sure. All right. Well, that's a great gift. Just saying.
We'll give you the address.
We love it. Head over to Bloomingdale's, pick up the Jo Malone London, and you'll love it.
Drop it off here at our studio, guys.
All
Be
right.
with us.
And share it with us. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about Style Scoop this week. We've got some new things popping off.
All right.
Apparently, Hood by Air just introduced as of yesterday a brand new official line, and the first official line inspired by the TV show Empire. So all of you Empire fans running around out there that are obsessed with all the eccentric fabulousness that is Cookie Lion, or the suave, delicious suits that we find on Lucius Lyon, go check out this collection by Hood by Air. It's all available online right now. They did 40 different pieces in the collection, and they range from, he's got sweatshirts, t-shirts, shorts, bodysuits, and dresses. And they are basically like, they are inspired by the series, so it's not specifically just about the series, but he got
it's the very same vibe. You
same
find like
vibe,
the silky
same energy
swab that you just described.
Exactly. And they have some great tops that like they used also some of the quotes that are like infamous on the show for some of the t-shirts. So like one of the popular phrases, "I want what's mine," is definitely all over the place, which you will find.
I love it.
Yes, and he actually also has like some little interesting trinkets in the collection, like champagne glasses, for instance. You can also get a backpack, and those are a little bit higher in range. They move up from about $300.
Just to recreate the environment,
just to give the whole
series.
vibe and environment. He really like went to town on that. So check out Hood by Air, you guys. Available online right now. Like,
I always love to get like at least one accessory whenever, especially if it's limited edition or during like one series that is a hit. I mean, hopefully it's Empire and not American Horror Story, because imagine the quote like "Blood" or "I'll kill you." Or, gosh, I love that series.
American Horror Story. I haven't actually checked out.
I just checked it out for Lady Gaga in it. That's the only reason why I'm in, and she is amazing, guys. At least watch one episode just to see Lady Gaga's like role.
I've actually heard mixed reviews of that.
She's really whatever you think about the series, if you're in, because it's really, he pushed the limit. Like Ryan Murphy really pushed all
he went over the
limits
edge.
over everything.
Yeah.
But Lady Gaga's work is incredible. Like she's a real actress.
Well, she was acting before she was singing, and who knows, we'll actually end up with some sort of fashion line out of that after all anyway. Because she might get inspired and be like, ooh, I'm going to come out with something that I did from Hotel.
I wouldn't even be surprised.
All right.
For next Halloween for sure. What do we got next?
What do we have next? We already brought up hair this week because, Maria did her thing in her fro. But apparently in Brazil, simultaneously, they're also having this massive self-woman empowerment, let's embrace our natural hair and feel good about it movement. And they did a whole march this past weekend. So basically, for those of you guys that don't know, Brazil actually has the largest black population outside of the African continent. So there's a whole strong population of black people in Brazil. And
they're so mixed too in Brazil. That's
they
the
are
beauty
also
of
very
it.
mixed, but their black population is enormous.
Yeah.
And obviously they have met with some challenges, not unlike the challenges we black people in America have. And in terms of beauty and acceptance of what's natural for a black person and all of that, they've run into some of the same issues we have. In fact, recently there's a hugely popular Afro-Brazilian actress by the name of Thaís Araújo. I believe I said that right. I do not speak Portuguese. She received a whole lot of backlash because she was trying to do a performance in her natural hair, and it was like this whole ordeal about how it's unattractive and it's not okay.
Even in Brazil, where it's so...
even in Brazil, but it goes back to obviously some much deeper cultural issues that exist. But the Afro-Brazilian community decided that they've had enough. They organized a march that they called something very long in Portuguese that I do not want to repeat because I don't want to speak it, but we'll just call it Crespo because that was part of it.
Crespo.
And the march took place last Saturday, November 7th, at in South Ivador. And it was exactly 41 years after the historic first march that marked the start of the Black Power movement in Brazil in 1974. So it was like in the same place.
Oh, wow.
One of the organizers, her name was Lorena Lacerda, and she said basically that, quote, women suffer from both sides, racism and sexism. Therefore, we use the concept of empowerment. From the aesthetics, the woman empowers and empowers the community. So if you are empowered in your own personal aesthetic and what you are, you can thereby empower your community. So that was their goal. And they did it. And they did it all together. The ladies marched and they looked beautiful doing it. There's great pictures online, by the way. If you guys are just
I see that
randomly online.
The natural hair is
the
so
pictures
stylish.
And the hair and their outfits,
so
everything,
beautiful.
it was just gorgeous.
It looks like so staged. You're it's a campaign for a new designers or a new brand guys. And
it definitely looks like that.
And this is the people from Brazil.
Yes.
So, oh my gosh, they're so beautiful.
The colors and the style, it was a fantastic looking celebration.
I'm surprised that, I know these issues are everywhere in the world.
Yeah, they are.
Of course, but Brazil, to me, is the symbol of mixity.
You would think.
Yeah, no, of course. They have their issues under this layer.
Yeah.
But wow.
Yeah,
that's great.
They all look fantastic.
Yeah,
and
very
congratulations for standing up for what you feel good in. Because we all have to do it at some point.
Sexism.
Take it off.
And yes.
All right. So last but not least for Style Scoop, we want to share an app that you guys should have on your phones and your devices.
Another one.
If you do not. It's called,
I don't have room anymore.
You don't have room. that's the thing. I'm always having to delete stuff and figure it out. But this one is pretty cool. It's called the Netset. So, all of you Net-a-Porter fans.
The Netset.
The Netset, yeah.
Okay.
So all of you.
It sounds very.
It's a really
sexy.
very sexy, cool situation. It's basically like a social media community where you create a profile.
Okay.
You fill it with all of the Net-a-Porter goods that you want and that you like by clicking on a bright red heart.
So it's linked to Net-a-Porter. Okay. So link to Net-a-Porter. Yes. We have a big surprise coming up. I feel a big suspense is coming up, guys. So right now, it's only linked to Pret-a-Porter, this little app. So it's another way of sucking our information.
It is.
Of sucking. Don't die on us.
I am dying. Yes.
Is that app so good?
It's so amazing.
So you enter, take your time, you enter all your information, your profile.
You get to see
what
a
you
live
like.
feed from across the globe.
Okay.
From everybody, like what they're putting online. I'm sorry, guys, it's like totally gone.
It's the emotion with this app.
I got so excited about the app that I choked myself, and now I can't talk.
That happens every week for every
All
app.
the time. Yeah, but so there's a live feed of what's trending across the globe.
Okay.
You can follow your friends and trendsetters, and they have style tribes.
Okay.
So isn't it hilarious?
I just want to talk about this app. I mean, right now, guys, I just want to go get this app.
Get
Even
it.
if it's $20, I'll pay for it, because if that makes me in the same mood that you are.
What's your style tribe? Do
My
you know what your
style
tribe
tribe.
is?
How can I describe my style tribe?
Are you bohemian?
Yes, I will say
Are
I'm
you
a mix.
rock chic?
I'm a mix of rock chic and boho.
You're
Not
a mix of
bohemian,
rock,
boho.
chic, and
Absolutely.
boho. Okay. Well, whatever your
Maybe not today.
Not today.
But today
Okay.
I'm very, Italian.
Okay.
Cashmere, a little gray cashmere, Dolce Gabbana, a little thing,
Okay.
of course, that you
A
find in
little
Europe.
thing. You know
it's
that
old, but the
cashmere.
cashmere lasts forever.
It does.
I mean, the good ones.
If
So
you
can we
take care of
know?
it.
Can we know what's going on with this app?
You
so they get all your
the
information.
app for free online,
Okay.
and you just download it and you start your whole family. It's
Okay.
like
So you follow every
Facebook
trends from
meets
everywhere in the world.
Instagram meets everything you ever wanted in a fashion app. You have a whole community online on your fashion app, and the best part about it, hold on, y'all. Wait for it.
This is the most,
Wait
most
for
suspense
it.
intense for an app. Gosh, I
So-
hope Net-a-Porter pays you a lot to say that.
I know, right? So basically, on this app, you can upload a photo of your own, provoking a smattering of style matches with clothes and accessories and whatever. So basically, like, you could be like one day, I love this wallpaper. I really wish I could find like
Something
a
that
dress
matched
that would
the
like
wallpaper?
be inspired by that wallpaper. So you take a picture of your wallpaper, upload it.
Is this what happened today? This
And
is how you dressed?
miraculously, actually,
found an
no, I
amazing
don't have the app
wallpaper
yet. But you can upload it, and you get all the matches that like would come from that
From the
place.
wallpaper.
Or you could see like a picture of Kate Moss in like 1992 and some like amazing fur coat, and you can upload it.
So they'll
and
recognize whatever picture you
It's recognizing things
I place
and
my
finding
butt,
matches
they will like
for it.
find like style that match my butt. I mean,
you can try.
something very rare
see what
and
comes
fancy.
Up. I don't know what would come up, like a moon. I don't know what have you. But there you
very,
go. Yeah.
bubble moon.
You can download.
There is something about this app
If you are a fan of Net-a-Porter,
and bubble moon.
go ahead and download the Netset because
Okay, well now, I mean, I think we are all dying to
you're
know
all
what's going
excited.
on.
I want to find, I want to download it just because I have to like see these style tribes.
Well, I want to
Like,
try
I wanna
try the wallpaper
and see
like,
what they
thing.
come up with. Like, because I feel like
Can I take a picture of you and just like place
See
it
what
and
it comes
see
up
what?
with.
Yeah, I just want to see what comes up.
what
No, seriously.
style tribes will come up.
Oh my gosh! Like
What
I mean, I
clothing
have a
and
couple ideas.
accessories?
I have a couple ideas. I won't say it, but I have a couple ideas in my mind already.
Oh my gosh. All right. Well, let's roll on out of here with our favorite segment of the week.
Why is she singing all
and
the
hot
time?
mess. I have to sing because then I was getting a little weird in my throat again. We're working through it though.
Really?
We're both like fighting illness. So we're covering the ladies that were on the red carpet at the Sexy Victoria's Secret Fashion Show. Whether they walked or not, they still walked the carpet, guys, and they were looking extra.
It's actually on the red carpet that they wore the most stuff.
They
compared to
did
the
wear,
show.
they actually kind of
something
had clothes on,
transparent.
you know. So first up, we had Joan Smalls, who was wearing what
net.
essentially, equates to a black net over a two-piece bathing suit. But
Oh.
it was a black with a tube, what do you call it, a bandeau top and the brief. Can we be done with the briefs?
Yes.
Behind the behind the mesh, like I'm
Yes.
done.
Yes,
I'm really,
yes,
really
yes.
done.
It looks so outdated whenever I see these pictures. So I get it. Maybe they all want to show their lingerie because it's Victoria's
Because it's
Secret.
Victoria's Secret. That's the only reason I give it a pass. And she's a model. She looks beautiful, whatever. But like, I'm over it. I'm bored. I'm so bored.
It looks trashy. It doesn't have any shape, and it looks so déjà vu. Like seriously, like I don't even
So-
look at this picture.
so bored. All right.
And the tube is a little bit like, it's a tube.
because she doesn't even have boobs, so she wouldn't have like like she's small. She's a model. She doesn't have like
no,
a
no,
super
true. I mean, you can always cheat a little bit with some lingerie, but I completely agree. Like the tube is very boring. It's plain, and it's like, okay, I'm going to the pool, but I'm depressed.
I mean, I liked her shoes.
Pool and funeral. Maybe it's a funeral at the pool or
a funeral. And that's the thing. She looks like she's going to a pool party to me.
And to a funeral, yeah, with a funeral after it.
She's got on a bathing suit cover-up, so whatever.
All right, something else.
All right, Ellie Goulding, who replaced Rihanna to perform, she decided that...
we talked about it last week.
Yes, we did. We talked about that last week. She looked interesting. She wore this plunging...
like it's the trend.
Ox blood. Everything is like, I think we all need to like go back to Victorian-ness and like dress up to our necks and everything with long sleeves, because how much more can we show? How much more can we show? Like, okay, so all of her breasticles are out. She also decided, ooh, in addition to my breasts, let me like put 2 splits in the dress and have both my legs hanging out almost up to my crotch, because I'm beautiful, damn it. So there you go.
Yeah, I completely agree with you that it's either you do have the plunge or you have the whole legs open. I mean, the whole legs, the whole like dress on your legs open. You choose between one or the other.
To choosing? Nobody chooses
I completely
anymore.
agree. I do love the big plunge though.
You love the big plunge.
Yeah, I still think it's
I love the big plunge when
classy.
they're super sexy, when it's like a very minimalist bosom. So that they don't look like they're like swinging sideways and whatever. And Ellie, I mean, I didn't know that she had like large boobs per se, but they look hangy.
Maybe that's why
but
she
look
wants
at
to
them,
show.
they look like they're hanging.
Well, you know, it's just the natural way. If you have like super high up boobs, high in the air, I mean, it's so amazing for you, girl.
I don't expect them to be high in the air. Believe me, I have real boobs, and if I wore that, my boobs would be like blah.
But they don't cheat anyway. You know, you put the little tape.
Well, they didn't put enough tape because hers are swinging into her armpits, and it doesn't look attractive. They need to be like pushed together and lifted a little bit.
I agree on the lifted part, but I think it's the natural.
And I'm not a fan of that heavy black shoe when you got your legs all. You might as well have just worn some strappy sandal or something, because you got on a dark black shoe, closed toe, but you got your legs out and your vagina basically is out.
It looks like a big tongue, like the red thing cut. I don't know.
Like it looks
like a big tongue. So it's a 2 cut. There are 2. You know, there are 3 cuts. Look, the plunge is 1 cut, and then she has like 2 big cuts on the legs.
Yeah.
So it's
and
like
then it's a train, like, because apparently it looks really long in the back, but then like I can't tell if the flap between her legs is like marrying into the train, or is it just too short in the front? Like, what is going? I have no idea. Ellie Goulding, I personally think that's a hot mess. That's just my opinion.
No, I agree. And also the poster, you know how she posed herself for the picture. I think there is a little bit clumsy on the legs. It's always very hard to get the right.
And she should have found your colorist and got her roots done.
Oh my gosh, like the poor, like we totally like.
Sorry, Bo. Okay, we're gonna close it out with Jourdan Dunn, who looks like she might be going to church, in my opinion. But she at least covered up. She wore a black and white graphic 2-piece, also crop top with a pencil secretary skirt, and she wore her black sandal strappy, and she still got that short little bob she's rocking. I'm bored. Sorry.
I love it.
I
really love it. I completely agree with you. I'm not like super excited. You know, it's not like the outfit of the year, nor of the week, nor of the day. I completely agree.
An outfit of anything.
No, it's still like I love the shapes.
That at the mall, Val.
It's not super creative, but
you're a supermodel.
No, I agree. But I love the shape. I love the cutoff. How it's very. Cut, you know, like very square, rectangle. Yeah,
I mean, I
like
love
that.
I love the graphic design on it.
Love the graphic. I love the shoe that comes along. Like, I really like the stripes that she has. I just really like it. It makes her thin, but still with curves. And the bob, I love it.
I do love the bob, but I'm like, you're at the Victoria's Secret fashion show, and that's what you chose?
I completely agree. I think
all you need is a blazer, and you would literally be borderline going to church if you didn't have your midriff
I wonder
bearing.
what kind of church you go to.
I mean, the only thing that is not covered is like barely her midriff. If it was a little bit longer, she could totally go to church in that.
You know, if she was less covered, you'll be like, oh my gosh.
That's true. It's either they're too naked I don't mind the 2-piece.
This is classy.
It's classy, but I just think it's misplaced for this red carpet, and it's boring. I've seen it like 8,000 times before. Like, do something else, please. You guys have access to everything.
Like this.
You're gonna do your groceries.
Well,
and
you
that?
go to church
Are
like
you gonna go
this.
that? I mean, at least church, you get a little dressed up. You just go into freaking Trader Joe's, like,
You
hey
show
guys.
your belly button?
Well, I'm not gonna. I don't. Her belly button isn't showing. It's a high-waisted skirt.
All right.
All
Unless
right.
you breathe.
All right. So I'm not giving her a hot. I don't know. I'm just giving her. I don't like it very much. But okay, Jourdan, good try. So we're gonna close out with our style watch for this week, and we have Miss Sophia Chang, and she can be found on Instagram at fashionista804.
Your favorite is coming
She
back.
is a super stylish, super
doesn't wanna let go.
stylish little fashion lady. She's always got some cool coats on. I'm a big coat person because we don't really get to wear them out here.
It's so useful here.
I totally get jealous when I get to see the girls like rocking their like flowy, cool trench coats and stuff. So she had some really cool fall pictures of like fall browns and some neutrals and lots of coat
Very classy.
working out and very
Is she
classy.
from
that she does.
California?
I'm actually not sure where she's from.
Okay, well,
but
there's sun,
You
so
can
she's not
find
too far.
her somewhere at fashionista804 on Instagram. So there you go. 804. I wonder what that is. Oh, maybe that's her area code, and that determines where she is.
804.
Where's
Or
804?
her age.
We're gonna have to Google that. Where is the 804? Are you guys out there in the
Yeah,
804?
it's true. 804.
Where are
804.
you, Val?
Gosh, I am a 90048.
What is 90048?
I think.
Oh my God! Did you just give your zip code?
Yeah, it's a zip code.
Girl, we're talking about area codes, not zip codes.
Okay, well maybe it's her zip code.
What's your area code?
310.
Nobody's zip code is 3 numbers. It's
True.
America.
Maybe I was like,
We're
maybe
in
she comes from a
America.
different country.
I'm still trying to look
We
her
don't
up
even
to
have
see
a
if I
zip
can
code
find.
in France because the country is so small.
You guys don't have a zip code?
No, it doesn't exist.
I don't remember
We are just
that.
like a big town for everyone to
You
be
guys have
happy.
arrondissements and stuff.
We
'Cause
do
that's
have
all
all these small zip
different.
codes, guys. Of
Well,
course.
804 is
with
Virginia, so she is somewhere in Virginia potentially.
well, it's
so there you go.
sunny.
Well, I mean, they get sun elsewhere
Yeah.
out of California,
I know.
lady. All right. Well, that is all we have for fashion for this week.
Oh my gosh, the star was Sophia Chang this week.
We found everything and we went through everything, and I have no idea what you just said.
I say the star of the week because compared to all the models
The star
from Victoria,
Got it.
the
I was like,
fashion
what are you
star
talking
is
about?
Sophia Chang. That's our favorite of the week.
Sophia Chang. She's our style watch of the week, and she was fantastic. Check her out on Instagram. And where can they find you,
Cool girl.
Val, on Twitter and Instagram?
Guys, always next door, and of course at ValKahl, VALKAHL on all the social media.
And apparently you can find her at
909
90048
also.
She doesn't know her area code.
No.
That's not her area code. You can find me on Twitter and Instagram at Stewart Starlight. Make sure you check us out, as in Fashion 411, also on Instagram at BHL Fashion 411. You can follow the pictures that we had on the show and check out all the things that we're talking about. And if
she's
you
a 310.
What?
Aren't you a 310?
No, I'm not actually.
Really?
No,
What
because
are
I have
you?
the same phone number I've had
213?
forever. Anyway, no, I'm neither of those things.
Oh, you're a 917?
But you can find us also on iTunes. Make sure you download us, check us out, rate us, give us some
What are
comments, let
you?
us know how we're doing, and make sure you subscribe to our YouTube because we love to be in your inbox
And
waiting for you
check-
every Thursday.
Check the app of Mrs. Courtney, the app that makes you
Well,
lose
it's not
your
Mrs.
voice.
Courtney, but make sure you guys
Oh.
check that app out because you might
What's the
find
name
some
again,
amazing
Shay?
stuff. It's called the Netset. It's
The
linked to
Netset.
Net-a-Porter, and you'll love it. So check it out. Thank you so
I'm
much
going to
for
check it
joining
out.
us this week. Appreciate you. Love you. You guys have a fabulous weekend, and we'll see you next week.
Have a great week, guys. Be fabulous, be fashionable. Talk to you soon.
From producers Maria Menounos, Dario Kristen, Tiana Hobson, Kevin Undergaro, and the entire BHL crew, we would like to thank you for supporting Black Hollywood Live, the first online broadcast network dedicated to African American entertainment. For questions and comments, contact us at info@blackhollywoodlive.com. Like us on Facebook, tweet us, or Instagram us at BHL Online. And I'm your BHL announcer, Scipio. Instagram me at Planet Scipio. Thank you for tuning in.
Hollywood
redefined.
That was
The views expressed here are those of the host only and do not necessarily reflect the views of BHL or its owners or principals.